All right, this video is going to be a little bit different. We're moving to Flagstaff. So our company headquarters has traditionally been in Williams since the early 1970s, but we made a big decision, and kind of the next chapter in KC's story is evolving, and it's moving to Flagstaff, Arizona. So right behind me is our wonderful building. It is the former Arizona Daily Sun building, which is the newspaper up here. So we purchased this building back at the end of 2022, and we're just now starting renovations. So what we wanted to do in this video, just kind of show off the new building, show off what it looks like before all the renovations. So that way, when all of you come visit us in the future, do tours, do walkthroughs, the whole 9 yards, you'll get to see what it looks like after all those renovations. So with that, let's go take a look at the new building. All right, so we are at the front main entrance right now. What you're gonna see is the building's kind of in a funky state. So I don't want to call it a state of disrepair, but there's a lot of repairs, a lot of maintenance things that need to be done. So, you know, you'll kind of look and see the soffits, things like that need to be worked on. But in general, this is the front entryway. This is where everyone's going to walk in. We're going to have a little retail operation, a little retail showroom where people can come, they can visit us, they can buy lights, they can do that whole thing. And this is kind of where the tour begins. So one of the things that first caught our eye when we bought this building, or when we first came to tour the building, is all the beautiful flagstone and all the beautiful brick in the wall and everything behind us. It's just a really nice statement for when people come and visit us. There's a lot of local materials that were used when they were building this building, so it's got a lot of this Northern Arizona Flagstaff history and feel to it, and that's something that immediately appealed to us, given that we've been in Northern Arizona for over 50 years now. So that was one of the things that jumped out to us. Our retail center walkway is gonna kind of follow the curve of the building here. So we're gonna have a nice giant retail center, which we're really excited about. We would love to at some point open up a coffee shop or have a couple beers on tap here, something like that. We're still trying to sort through what that might look like. But the idea is to create an environment that people can not only come and experience kind of the KC way and watch lights being assembled and packaged and all that kind of stuff, but then also have a little bit of fun and relax while they're here as well. So, as we walk into the main center, it's a little bit echoey right now, but the cool part is this whole area over here, kind of behind me, is where our production is gonna be happening. So there's gonna be tables that are kind of running all throughout the whole center of this building, and that's where everything is gonna be assembled, packaged, quality control checked. All that kind of stuff is gonna happen right here. So right beyond the retail center is where all that's gonna happen. Then on the perimeters of the whole building are our office spaces. So we don't have a lot of the offices. We do have some offices here, and then we also have another office over in California in our Gardena place. So we have just enough office space throughout the perimeter here to make it worthwhile. So yeah, it's gonna be our giant production center. So let's go check out kind of the corner office, the little CEO suite for Alan. Not really, it's also gonna be a kind of a flexible office and a private conference room. So the cool spot about this room is that it's super quiet in here. There's beautiful windows that overlook throughout the road. We can look right at the U.S. Forest Service. It's the supervisor's office right there, right across the street, which we can throw a rock at and literally hit, which is really rad. We've worked to develop a closer relationship with the Forest Service this year. So being literally right next door to them and the fire department is actually really exciting for us because it helps us build some cool relationships. Right next door is somewhere that you guys are actually gonna be seeing quite a bit. This room in here, this room all throughout the back of here is going to be our new studio for filming videos. So we're probably gonna have two different sets, some for educational stuff, some more for the how-to guides, things like that. But all throughout back there, that's where Jacob and I are gonna be spending a lot of our time for YouTube videos, things like that. So this is gonna be our marketing room. We're pretty excited about that. Then as I mentioned, it's just a lot of office spaces throughout here, some bathrooms. We have a giant conference room, which is exciting for us because, you know, in our Williams operation currently, we have roughly about 20 people, and our conference room in Williams is pretty small, pretty cramped, so not everybody has an actual seat at the table. But in this new conference room, we're excited because everybody will have a seat at the table. Okay, so one of the big projects that we have for our construction and renovation project is right behind me here. All of this with the checkerboard floor. This is actually, on the other side of that wall is our warehouse. So this is kind of a 50-50 split between offices and what will be our production area, and then warehousing and shipping is gonna be back there. But what we don't have right now is a nice big giant rampway to get our finished product from the production area here into our warehouse, and more importantly to the shipping area so we can get it out the door. So what we're gonna have to do is open up a big 8-foot wide ramp and an 8-foot wide hole in the wall right there and go all the way into the production area. That's gonna do a couple things for us. Number one, that's gonna allow us to get little golf carts and little whatever hand carts and all that stuff up with product into the warehouse, but it's also going to be just wide enough for us to potentially squeeze either UTV or a Jeep or something like that through and down into this area so we can put it up in the front showroom area, which is pretty exciting. So that's one of the gigantic projects that we gotta do here, is build a giant concrete ramp and cut the walls down and do all that stuff. The next big project that we have is all of this. We're actually gonna be opening all of these walls up. So if you ever come through and do a tour with us later in the future when this is all done and wrapped up, you're gonna notice that none of this is gonna look the same. This is all gonna be completely cut out in a big wide open area. So that's gonna be kind of a break room for us, a lunchroom, all that stuff, but it's gonna be big, wide, kind of open seating. So it'll be a nice little area for us. The whole theme of the building is gonna be kind of that rustic wood look with modern steel accents and all that. So it's gonna be a nice local Arizona kind of feel to a building. So with that, let's go check out the warehouse. All right, welcome to the warehouse. Right now, we don't really use it for anything. Right now, it's pretty much just used for vehicle storage for us. So we got all our side-by-sides here. We got some tools and all that kind of stuff. We got our trailer inside right now. We're just refinishing that. But this is going to be full of warehouse racking, storage racking, and all that stuff. And then right over here on this side is going to be the new shipping area. So these walls are all gonna be torn down. It's gonna allow us to build nice tall warehouse racking. But yeah, at some point, this will all be completely full. But for now, this is really cool because this is where Jacob and I have been hanging out doing a lot of videos. So as you guys are watching some other videos, you'll probably notice that this area looks a little bit more familiar because we've actually been doing a lot of work on the Tundras here, on the side-by-sides, things like that. So right now, this is pretty much just a garage for us. It's kind of our little mini mechanics garage. So yeah, so at some point that's gonna go away, but until then we're taking advantage of it while we can. So once again, over here is gonna be our shipping area. This is kind of cool. This is gonna be a big project to kind of tear all these walls down, and there's some more that we'll get to as we kind of do a full loop around the building here. But what's cool about this area is there's also some dedicated office spaces right here as well. So we're gonna keep some shipping offices along with some bathrooms and things like that. So we got our UPS and our FedEx docks and things like that for receiving and shipping. But we also have a really cool spiral staircase. So I don't know if we would be a company in 2023 if we didn't have a spiral staircase that led up to some sort of lounge with a mini fridge and beers on deck and a TV and a sound system, and just a place to play video games and shoot the shit with everybody. So we thought about adding a zip line that goes from the top of our lounge over to what will eventually be a little mini gym over in the other corner of the building, but we don't know if the city code is going to allow that yet. So we'll have to see. So this is the top of the lounge area. It's kind of cool because you get a cool view of the warehouse out here. So as you look around, over all of this truss and all of these walls, these are all gonna get torn down. But then throughout there, we're gonna open up another gigantic wall, cut that entire thing out to give us even more space through here. And then we're gonna butt the warehouse up against the brick wall. So after we kind of are done up here, we'll walk down to where the ramp is that I was describing earlier. And then we'll kind of show off that whole area. But there's some more weird office spaces, and there was a big printer room, so it's full of ink right now from the Daily Sun, and there's all kinds of weird little nitrogen valves and this and that and all that to make a lot of the printing presses run, but none of that's here anymore, and so we don't need any of that. So we're gonna rip all that stuff out and yeah, kind of make this building our own. So the other end of the warehouse now, this is kind of the outside of the building, and this is the other side. So as you can tell, this is all behind me is just, once again, warehouse stuff. So right now it's all just a total mess because we don't have any storage or shelves or anything in here. So everything's kind of sitting on the ground. We got one toolbox and that's enough to keep our tools organized, but that's it. So right behind me, that's the giant wall that's gonna be torn down. In that little area right now, we'll go walk through in a second, but it's all full of ink, and that's where our UTVs are being stored. So yeah, that's the big wall that we gotta tear down. So this whole area is gonna be a complete demo, so we're really excited. Renovations are supposedly gonna be starting within the next few weeks here. Okay, so right now, this is our UTV storage area. So Jacob's gonna swivel around. We got a Turbo R here. Right behind me, we've got our Can-Am X3. These walls on my left, your right, are all gonna be torn down. The big giant bay doors, all this stuff is gonna get completely ripped out. And we're gonna open up the warehouse all the way to the brick wall through here. This is a really cool area because it would make a perfect garage, but I don't think we're gonna have the space for that. What's cool is the giant open window behind me. So what we're actually gonna do is separate this section off right in the very back where that window is, and we're gonna create a little gym. So it'll be fun for us to be able to, you know, Jacob and I are here on the weekends. A lot of us spend time here after hours, you know. Now at this point, right here, seam in the floor, all the way out through here is gonna be our little gym. So we're gonna have little spin bikes, dumbbells. We actually wanna have a little rock climbing wall up here, just stuff like that, just to be able to get our exercise in, whether it's in the middle of the day for a lunch break or anything like that. And then just have a nice area that we can actually enjoy the views of the woods. And also apparently the storage unit that's going in across the way, which kind of took some trees down. But either way, this is gonna be our gym, so we're really excited about that. So this whole area is gonna be a nice, cool little area, so we're excited. You can see our nice little helmet storage. If you wanna take a seat, we have equipped the building with camping chairs when they're not being used as tool storage. We have another chair, Canyon Cooler. Thank you to Canyon Cooler. A Husky toolbox, completely equipped with Harbor Freight tools. Not a great chair, but it is a great. We can hide stuff under here. So we hide our lenses and crap. So yeah, so this whole area, like I said, that's all the spare parts off of the Tundra. So everything, all the plastic bits that we cut off of that thing in order to put our front bumper on. I don't know, we just actually need to go to the trash can with that. We have a cooler full of beer at all times. They kind of smell yeasty because we left the cooler lid closed with apparently a broken beer bottle in there. Yeah, we were creating a sourdough in here, so it smelled pretty good. Yeah, and then we've just got a bunch of parts for the UTV, worn winches, power tanks, stuff like that that's gonna go on the Turbo R this week. Our friends at Jagged X are gonna help out. So at some point, all of our vehicle storage and all of our garage stuff is gonna go away. But yeah, that's it. Welcome to the warehouse. So like I said, this is just a quick little video. We just wanted to really get the announcement out that we're moving to Flagstaff, and this is the way to do that. So we're really excited about the opportunity here for us in Flagstaff. The community has been overwhelmingly welcome and excited about us moving here. This was something Pete, aka Peter Kim Brown, the K in KC, he tried to do this back in the 80s and it just didn't work out back then. So this is something that the company has been wanting to do for a long time, is move from Williams to Flagstaff. We're still gonna keep our Williams building. We're still gonna, hold on to that because there's a lot of heritage, a lot of history there. We got some plans for that later, 2025 and beyond. But we're excited to be here. This is our next chapter. So it's very, very exciting. Stay tuned for this journey with us. Hopefully by probably very beginning of 2024, we will be ready for tours. So check us out on like Google Maps or something like that. You'll be able to see when it's fully open. Of course, we'll do like a grand opening party. We're gonna do that, the whole 9 yards. This is a really cool building. We got a lot of cool parking spaces out here. So we've got all kinds of plans, from cars and coffees on Saturday mornings to parties, Overland Expo stuff, all kinds of cool stuff. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. We hope you found this video fun and enjoy the transformation.